Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Following the shocking death of iconic African-American actor Chadwick Boseman, who lost a 4-year battle with colon cancer on Friday, one colon therapist speaks about the importance of colon health and just how impactful an unhealthy colon is on the body. Julian Toussaint says the organ, if taken care of, leads to a number of health benefits. However, if neglected, can be the gateway to the majority of life's unpleasant ailments. Rochelle Gonzalez has more.
The cinematic world and fans across the globe were left shocked and saddened by the news of the death of African-American actor Chadwick Boseman on Friday. Boseman was renowned for iconic roles in films like 42, 21 Bridges, and Marshall, but it was the box office behemoth Black Panther that solidified his iconic status as the black superhero that inspired and united black people across the globe. Unbeknownst to the masses, whilst filming his last 5 films, including the action-filled Black Panther, Boseman was fiercely fighting colon cancer for the past 4 years, a fight which he eventually lost. Whilst the world continues to mourn, his death has raised awareness of the importance of colon care and the diseases associated with it. It was for this very reason that Hot 7 reached out to certified colon hydrotherapist of JT Healing Therapy, Julian Toussaint. Toussaint explained that the organ, whilst extremely important, is one that often goes neglected.
As we all know, the colon is the septic tank of the body. So it is important that one cleanses the colon. If you are having irregular bowel movements, then you know that something is not right. It's important that we have at least 1 to 3 bowel movements per day. And if you're not having that per day, then you know that you're constipated. And a way of being deconstipated is to do a colon hydrotherapy. We also tell people that death begins in the colon. 90% of diseases starts rather in the large intestines. When the waste is not excreted, what it does, it rottens and petrifies, and then it goes into the bloodstreams, and that is where diseases start. So all diseases start in the large intestines. Hence the reason why it is important to cleanse the colon.
The hydrotherapist said there are also surprising benefits of a healthy colon.
It clears up the skin. As we know, our entire body is porous. So sometimes that, persons have acne, persons have rashes on the skin, and they don't know what's the cause of that. And most times it's because of constipation, clogged colon. So therefore, doing colon sessions again would help clear up the skin. A few other benefits are that the colon, after doing a colon therapy session, it helps improve your focus mentally, because sometimes your mind is all clouded, and doing those sessions, it really clears the mind. And also it does help kickstart a weight loss program. It's not being sold as a weight loss, but it does help kickstart, especially for persons who are on diets and so forth, they're fasting and so forth. It does help to do that for you as well.
Toussaint said there are a number of ways that one can take care of the colon, including the service in which he specializes.
We urge persons to drink a lot of water, eat less meat, sleep, try to get sufficient sleep, eat a lot of salads, of vegetables, and so forth. Colon hydrotherapy is the infusion of water in the large intestines. As the water goes up into the large intestines, it loosens and softens the fecal matter along the walls of the colon. And upon being filled, we evacuate by using the body natural peristalsis, which is the movement of the colon, and excrete the waste matter that is found in the colon. As we all know, colon cancer is a silent killer, not just in St. Lucia, but worldwide. So we encourage persons to get a colonoscopy done, probably yearly, especially after the age of 40. We encourage persons to get that done to see where they stand, especially if you have a history of colon cancer in the family.
Tusa said he does not think colon care is promoted enough in St. Lucia, and one of the ways he believes this can change is if insurance companies accept colon hydrotherapy to allow more persons to take advantage of the existing treatment. Tusa offers his services at a Rodney Bay clinic in the old Valmore building, Unit 10. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
As the Caribbean continues into the hurricane season, the St. Lucia Met Services is also continuing with one of its missions to sensitize the nation and to remind people to be and stay prepared for incoming weather systems that could affect the country and the region. On Monday morning, McLean Jabatis, who is a weather forecaster at the UNORA Met office, gave the details of a system that is currently being monitored.
It's a tropical wave located over the eastern tropical Atlantic, and it is slowly moving westward near 12 miles per hour or 19 kilometers per hour. Some slow development of this system is possible, and there is a low chance of tropical cyclone formation during the next 24 hours.
Last week, the National Hurricane Center identified 2 areas for potential tropical development, one in the central Atlantic and the other in the eastern Atlantic, both with a 30% chance of development over the next few days. In other news, the general manager of one of the island's premium resorts is expressing optimism for a brighter future in the hotel industry post-COVID-19. Ross Stevenson of Cap Maison says, although we are living through uncertain times, he is hopeful that the industry will make the best of the small opportunities that are present. Rochelle Gonzalez reports.
One hotel general manager is keeping optimistic and is looking forward to brighter days for the hotel sector post the COVID-19 pandemic. Ross Stevenson of the premium resort in Cap Estate, Cap Maison, said realistically speaking, he can only be hopeful as the pandemic has led to uncertainty where the future of tourism is concerned. With that said, Stevenson indicated that where there is a will, there is a way.
This whole thing that's going around the world, not only in St. Lucia, I say it's like trying to complete a 100-piece jigsaw puzzle with only 34 pieces and no picture. Nobody has ever gone through this before, so we're really learning each day, and as you said, there's changes every single day. From the point of view of Cap Maison, ironically, we're in a better position because we're small, because we're boutique, we have space, we have private pools, we have villas. So there's a number of pluses in relation to this particular product. In terms of attracting local business, yes, but we can't do that within the first phase because there's no crossing of international visitors and locals because we want to protect the locals as much as is possible. That is likely to finish on the 5th of October, so if they relax that, then yes, we will then start the push for staycations, as we do most summers, because our summers tend to be quieter than the winter.
Stevenson said in the meantime, the hotel sector will continue to make efforts and preparation for the markets that are currently open.
We will go to any market that we think is open to us. At the moment, the US market is open, the UK market is open, Canadian market is not because they've got restrictions on 14 days quarantine. But we're here to make a viable business, so whatever the market is, we should look at that market.
Hot 7 also asked the GM for his thoughts on the CDC's recent decision to upgrade St. Lucia to a Level 1 travel advisory, which states that the island is low risk. Keeping to the point, Stevenson said it could do nothing more but help us. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
A roadside mural has been created in tribute to revered local coach Cassius Cassiboom Glasgow, who lost his life to gun violence in January. Shaka Wooding tells us more.
Football coach and youth advocate Cassius Glasgow, commonly known as Cassiboom, has been honored for his contributions to youth development and sporting excellence in the community of Marcia. The revered coach's image has been the most recent depiction of the Art in Public Spaces project undertaken by local artist Naja Simeon. Simeon, who is employed as an instructor at the St. Lucia Sports Academy, noted that many of his students received their start as athletes through Glasgow's community work. He underscored that Cassiboom's interventions often went far beyond the football field, and as such, students shared deep ties with the coach. He believes that Glasgow was more than deserving of this type of recognition.
When I was doing the mural, actually, you know, I'm a teacher as well, and I taught a lot of students from the Masha community, and these same students came up to me, and the sincerity that they had in their voices when they talk about Mr. Glasgow made me realize he did a lot in that community. And the number of people who said he gave them their first football boots, he taught them so many things in the game of football. I think this mural is very fitting to honor what he did in the community.
He says the mural, which sits on the exterior of the Mindu Phillip Park, was the perfect place to immortalize an individual who played such an important role in the next generation of St. Lucian athletes.
He represented it in a very colorful and bright and just you know, in a way that everybody can relate to. Cassie Boom and his team in doing what he did for the Masha community, which is mentor the youth.
On January 13, 2020, Cassius Glasgow met an untimely end when he was shot during what appeared to be a home invasion. Glasgow's death sparked outrage in the Masha community, where he worked closely with children through community football and was instrumental in efforts to destigmatize the community. Glasgow's death was the first recorded homicide for 2020. Jacques Wooding, Hot 7 News.
The St. Lucia Diabetes and Hypertension Association has embarked on a tablet donation drive for children diagnosed with obesity or diabetes. As explained by the SLDHA president, Andrew Felix, the tablets donated to the students will be outfitted with a variety of health-targeted apps with the purpose of teaching children how to monitor their health with simple technologies.
With the reopening of school quickly approaching, the St. Lucia Diabetes and Hypertension Association is joining local entities in the donation of technological devices to students who may not have access to them, particularly in the advent of virtual learning components in the approaching school year. However, SLDHA is taking it a step further by targeting specific groups of students who suffer from chronic lifestyle illnesses such as obesity and diabetes. As outlined by President of SLDHA, Andrew Felix, the devices donated will go beyond educational support and will be outfitted with a variety of apps to assist the students in monitoring and treating their condition.
The plan was to make sure that we have apps on the tablets so people can monitor their health. So you can see whether you're going to be diagnosed as diabetic, someone who's pre-diabetic can see what your status is. You can see whether you're going to be overweight. You know, and we can have something on there that helps with food plans and things like that. So we want to engage with the youth who are in need of getting a tablet and who are diabetic, because we've got a project called Life for a Child, and we want to look after our youth first that are diabetic first, and then we're going to go into youth who are possibly obese or living with a condition which could possibly lead to diabetes.
Felix says the SLDHA will be working closely with local philanthropist Dr. Venus Cherry to execute this initiative, as he has been pursuing similar projects in the past weeks. Dr. Cherry, noting a history of diabetes in his own family and disclosing that he himself is pre-diabetic, spoke to the importance of imparting self-care knowledge to developing children.
He said they want to distribute tablets, and I said, well, if you're distributing to people with diabetes and obese people, we got to ensure that that's not all they're doing all day, it's just on a tablet. We got to ensure that they understand the more important things like exercising and eating properly. So the idea came up that he said, well, we want to develop an app that's going to help them with that. And with my background in instructional technology, I'll be more than happy and willing to help them with the development of that app. I will also call on my colleagues in the US and say, hey, I got a project I'd like you all to jump on, and they're more than happy and eager to jump on to help with the creation of that app as well. So yeah, that's why I'm here. It's a collaboration. It's to work for people that needs our help. Like we said, it's not just kids that parents can't afford. It's people with diabetes, it's people with, at the end of the day, sickness don't care how much wealth you have.
Members of the public are urged to contact the St. Lucia Diabetes and Hypertension Association for more information regarding donations to or eligibility for this project. Jacques Wooding, Hot 7 News.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. There's more coming up after the break.